Hello and welcome back to another video. It has been a while, but that's okay because I'm making a video for you right now. So since 2022 is coming to an end, I decided that I was going to redraw some old art to show my art progression, but I didn't realize I wanted to do this until like 2 days ago. And I'm slow, so I only had time to do one redraw. So since I only had time for one redraw, we're going to be doing some rapid progression things. I don't know what to call them. Basically, I'm going to show art I did at the beginning of the year versus art I did closer to the end of the year. So we're going to start with this absolutely wonderful drawing of Hermione I did in January. I'm just kidding, it's terrifying. And then here's my newest drawing of Hermione, which I did in October, and I don't like this one either, but it's way better than the last one. And then we have this drawing of Spark Sketch's persona that I did in August, and I love Spark, but I hate this drawing. And this is a drawing of Spark's persona that I did in December, and it's way better, as you can tell from her awesome sunglasses. And this is a drawing of a guy. I did it in like March, I think. I don't know. And this is a drawing of a guy I did in November. And I know, don't look at me like that. This is not a fair comparison. These two characters have very different vibes. One of them looks like a child and the other one looks like an alien. But apparently at the beginning of this year, I didn't draw guys much, so this is the comparison you get. Be happy, let's move on. This drawing's actually relatively new. It was only like 4 months ago or something. But I have a newer drawing of him, so I decided to include it anyway. So here's the new one, and I don't think it's better. I think it's different. But I never finished it, so I don't know how I feel about it, actually. And here's a drawing I did of me. And I don't know when I drew this. It was like the beginning of the year sometime. But it's awful, and it doesn't look anything like me. It didn't look like me at the time, either. And here's the new one, which I did just a few days ago. And you might be thinking, this looks like a completely different person. And I agree with you. It does look like a completely different person. I have curly hair, and near the beginning of the year, I guess I didn't know how to draw curly hair, so I drew this instead. And I recently dyed my hair red, so that's why the hair color is different. So that's the end of our rapid progression thing. I still don't know what to call it. So we're going to start with the speed paint of the older one, which is, I think I drew it in January, and I still really like it. So in hindsight, maybe I should have chosen a different drawing to redraw, because since I still really like it, the new one is just like okay, because the old one's still great, so I don't know. I prefer the background and like the snow and stuff on the old one, but the actual character I feel like looks better on the new one. So here it is finished, and now we're on to the new one, which I drew like 2 days ago, I think, and I really like the sketch of this one. I really like the eyes, but I feel like the main difference between this one and the old one is the proportions and like the shape of how I draw like faces and shoulders and stuff. I feel like that's probably the biggest thing, because when I look at the picture side by side, it's very noticeable how different the faces are. I changed a little bit about this one. Like, I decided to make her eyes yellow because I needed a little bit of color contrast. And I made the line art thicker, which was actually an accident, so I went in and colored the line art in an attempt to make it look less bold. But here it is finished. My favorite part is definitely her eyes. Looking at them side by side, I can see some big differences, but unfortunately they don't both fit on the screen, so I'm just gonna do this instead. Hopefully you can see the difference as much as I can, but the more I look at it, the more I'm starting to really like the new one, which is good, because when I finished it, I was like, oh gosh, the old one is so much better. And that's the end of the video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great new year. And for all my artists, what's your favorite thing you drew this year? This is my favorite thing I drew this year. His name is George, and he's amazing. Okay, bye!